We are live. This is Greg Harrison of The Greg Who Show. And we got a great show for you tonight. I'm looking forward to it. We've got a couple of guests on, so I'll wait for people to come into the comments section. They should be on, but in the meantime, I will screen share this for you.
Yeah, sure. How do you keep plugging along without plugging along? How do you do that? We're plugging along here, chugging like an old choo-choo train, taking it on the next track. Sure.
Okay. What have we got going here? Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, so got to go over to the comments section, see what's up. Set up my little whirlpool today. It's going to be a scorcher. So we got that going today. Had a little social distancing with the in-laws. Okay, so hello to Elliot, Dishwater, Aaron Daniels, Lisa Marie. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hand out some wrenches there, and I do have some guests tonight. I just got to get the name of my second guest. I forgot it already. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. Okay, so let me go over and do my wrenches. Yeah, if you don't mind, Lisa, give me the name again, or I don't even think you gave it to me. No, never mind. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go over here and give out some wrenches. Okay. Subscribers are surprisingly up. Okay. And can't find my live. Just give me a second. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Okay, there we go. So, oh, yeah. Okay, and there you go. Dishy, you should be all good now. Yeah, Dishy, Elliot, and where's my Shannon? Where's my little heathen? On this show, we love heathens. Okay, Frank, add you as a moderator as well. And where's Shannon? Shannon Marshall Long. Okay. If she comes in, if you guys can let me know when Shannon comes in, that would be great. I'm going to kind of keep an eye on the chat, but I know you guys got me. Thank you, Greg. Yes, thank you. Yes, I did. Hey, bud. Thank you. Yeah. Good. All right. Okay. No, I know. I was reading some of the comments. Sorry, I'm just developing ideas and running them by you first. It'll become a lot more professional, especially when COVID's over. When COVID's no longer plaguing us, I'll produce actually new footage, new content. I'm just doing the old shows, getting the concept running, getting my audience, getting my peeps that are going to be good, getting my moderators, getting my guests, getting my co-hosts, figuring all the stuff out, figuring out some of the technical nuances. So yes, you can plan in the future that this show is in development. So yes, sorry for boring you with the old shows. I think some of them are funny. I'm not going to put them all out at first because I don't think that people probably don't appreciate them the way I did because I was there, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is I have my guest Lisa Marie and Lucy, and I'm going to send you guys out the link. And while I take you over to a video, you guys can get yourself set up while I play a video. Okay, so make sure that for both of my guests that want to come on, make sure that your mic is on, your camera's off. We've agreed that it's going to be only avatars tonight, and in the future that'll change, guys. As I said, I'm going to do new footage, all that kind of stuff. So, and that'll change, and I'll ask my guests to be brave and do camera as well. And obviously, I'm going to shoot some of my musical guests. I'm going to go to their studios and film them there and have interviews either there or in a little studio I'll create in my basement, etc. So lots is in development. It's not like huge, but I'm doing what I can with the technology, and I hope you join me in that journey to 1,000 subscribers. We're going up, actually. We're actually going up, to my surprise. So I'm finding my audience and getting rid of the ones that were just along for that other ride. All right. And so, okay. You guys see what's at play here? You see what's going on in the world? What's that song by the Rolling Stones? Sympathy for the devil? I absolutely have no sympathy for the devil here. You've confused me with someone that you think is puzzled by the nature of your game. It's just a matter of time till a lot more people catch on. I think it's the media. The media is the message, or the message is the media. I actually heard a friend of mine describe the internet as, the world's biggest what beauty parlor. Oh my God. Have you seen him? Oh my God, did Lisa tell you? Oh my God. And I think there's a little bit of truth to that. But right now I'm going to take you over while my guests are setting up to a little video, and hopefully you'll enjoy the train that's going to take us on the next track. So here we go. I don't know if anyone understands the history of the Jacobite. Everyone knows it from Harry Potter, of course, but here we go.
How do you keep plugging along without plugging along? How do you do that? We're plugging along here, chugging like an old choo-choo train and taking it on the next track. How about...
Okay, now, so Lisa, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. So Shannon's on there. I didn't press the thing. So there's the link now. My bad. It should have been that. So I forgot to press chat. So it is there for you, Lisa. That's okay. I'll keep coming on until you guys get ready. So is Shannon in here? Okay. So Shannon, while those girls are getting ready, I'll give you a wrench as well. I hope that you're having a good time at the lake house, Shannon. That's where all I got is a little whirlpool in my backyard on the deck. I'm sure your situation is a whole lot better. So good for you. Good weekend to go. And so there, you're a moderator now as well, Shannon. Thank you very much. And okay, so now I'm waiting for Lisa. Hogwarts rules. I'm waiting for Lisa and Lucy to get on the link. It's their first time, so yeah, I don't know if that's the real Susie Q, but whatever. Just keep an eye on Susie Q. If it's the real Susie Q, cool, but that doesn't look like her thing. Okay. At this point, I was going to read some scripture here. I'm not going to go hardcore on you guys, but scripture here. I thought to myself, how about little apropos? They consume. Lisa Marie setting up. They consume each other like bread. Or how about like a dog returning to its own vomit? Now, Greg. Don't let them get to you, kid. And so I'll start by praying this. I pray that the eyes of your understanding being enlightened, that you may know what is the hope of his calling, and what is the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints, and what is the exceeding greatness of his power to usward who believe, according to the working of his mighty power, which he wrought in Christ when he raised him from the dead and set him at his own right hand in the heavenly places, far above all rule, principality, and power, and might, and dominion, and every name that is named, known not only in this world, but also in that which is to come.
One of those 3 record labels that I mentioned, Lyrics Records.
Okay.
Paul is on Lyrics Records. He was the first release on Lyrics Records.
Excellent. And he's got a CD out now. I
Yep.
believe it's called
Like
Self-Titled.
Yeah, let's get it the right way up. Lyrics Records first release, Paul Rivard. Excellent CD. Excellent CD.
Okay, so we're going to bring out Paul Rivard right now, and he's going to do a song for us. Is that correct? Please give a warm welcome to Paul Rivard. This one is called He Is Real. You say it doesn't matter in the words that you speak. Your soul, look and find a peace inside, or if your blood has run cold, I'll tell you that it's time. To pick up those pieces, get down on your knees, I'll tell you that to shine like a candle, so all of mankind can see that He is real. Yes, He is real. Yes, He is real. The World tries to tell you where you should go, what you should wear, and who you should know. Your friends seem to guide you down the loneliest roads, but Jesus is the only true friend that you'll ever know. I'll tell you that it's time to you'll need that man can see that he's real. Lord, you are real. Lord, you are real. Lord, he is real to me.
How do you keep plugging along without plugging along? Commercials. How do you do that? We're plugging along here, chugging like an old choo-choo train and taking it on the next track. How about
Okay. Wow, I lost Lisa. Okay, yeah, it seems like I lost Lisa. Lisa, if you're listening, I'll put in the link again. You'd have to just not even have YouTube on, or if you want to have YouTube on, you have to make sure that the YouTube is muted, because otherwise we're going to be in a situation where like we're each waiting 10 to 15 seconds before the other knows what the other has said. So it's really frustrating because I've been in that situation before. So yeah, so here, let me give you the link. And if that doesn't work out, I'm hoping that Shannon will jump on and say hello and tell us how her 4th of July weekend. But no pressure, no pressure. But I'm pretty sure Lisa will be able to figure this out. So, and just go from the StreamYards. You'll be able to hear. You have your earbuds in or whatever, and just do it from the StreamYards. Don't have YouTube on. Okay, so there's the link. Okay, so I did want to ask Lisa what she thought of Paul Revard. She did like my musical guests on my show in 2006. I particularly like that song because I find the opening line in the lyrics very apropos to today's world, especially online. You say it doesn't matter, the words that you speak. You say it's what's in your heart and what you believe. I think it does matter, the words that we speak. Don't go further, but I think it does matter. It's more than just what's in your heart. Out of the abundance of your heart, the mouth speaks. And you can see what people are all about because they don't think that what they say really matters. And it does. And that's for all of us. You know, we have to watch what we say. We have to be kinder to one another. We have to watch what we say. Is that a fib or is that the truth? Am I just angry? Should I be saying this? You know, I think we all need to watch what we're saying because it's very, very toxic. It can be. So I thought that was a beautiful song by Paul Revard. And I will have him trying to figure out, give me a sec. No worries, no worries. We're all figuring it out, Lisa, here. Okay. Guys, my wrench people. Yeah, I do like Christian music. Yeah, I mean, you know, I know that I do like secular music, contemporary music as well. Obviously, in some ways it can be better. In some ways, it can be better. I get that. There's a lot of good secular mainstream music that I like. But I just find that praise and worship helps our spiritual life. I'll get into that eventually because my show is going to be featuring a lot of Christian artists. And I think if you, I'll say it in layman's terms, if you want access to the real, tangible presence of God, there's no quicker way of getting access than entering into a state of praise and worship. I don't mean like a meditative state, but just real praise to God, thankfulness, gratitude, praising your creator. I think that's a real door into experiencing the glory of God, the tangible presence of God that is very real. And I think we're Christians and churches are doing a real disservice by not telling people that, yes, there is a tangible presence that can change your life. It changes you, and it's real, and God is real. And you can, the layman, we've been taught, the congregation, you know, can't talk to God or experience God. You have to be a special person. No, no, I'll get into that later. So yes, music is a form of worship and praise to the God that I believe in, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Christian God. Jesus is Lord. Yes, I absolutely love Christian music for the reason that I just mentioned. And that's just sort of the layman's version of it. So to answer that question, sorry, did I sound like a New Yorker at one time? Susie Q Z, you made me tear up with the prayer. Is that really Susie Q? Treat others as you wish to be treated. Is that really? Can someone get on that? Can someone? She's saying nice things, which is great, but is that really Susie Q? Like 7979? That would. Can someone find out if that is? Just use your Facebook or something and find out if that's the real Susie Q. And Lisa, I saw you pop on and then you disappeared on me. So I'll keep going here. I'm cool with it. These lives are I know there's going to be trouble, so don't worry, don't give up. I'll wait. I'll continue talking about things. I was a little bit prepared just in case something happened. I'm just practicing these things, and I'm expecting things to go. I love blues music, rock and roll. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you know what I'm talking about. I'm preaching to the choir, literally. We live in, speaking of time, we live in tumultuous times, that's for sure. We also live in a world where a lot of people are hurting. This is well understood. And we're confronting the injustices in our world. Yeah, good. I think you're a friend, Aaron, on Facebook, so talk to me. We're confronting injustices. And it's getting a little crazy, isn't it? I wanted to talk to Lisa Marie about what's going on in LA. We should confront these injustices. Making the world a better place does matter. Hashtags matter, or at least they should matter, because they stand for what we would like to see changed in our world, and of course for ourselves, and yes, also our children. We got some people that love worship music. It gets me through a lot. Good, I agree. And I'm going to hopefully find worship people to record in their studios or wherever they're performing to get on this channel, because I think that the anointing, there's a few people in here that'll know what I'm talking about. The anointing can go through the YouTube channel and enter into your room. So I'd like to make an impact that way spiritually, because I think it's much needed in our world, that's for sure. So I'm really it was not Lisa. Oh, it was not Lisa. It was a naked chick. Oh my God. That would have been horrible. Okay, I am not oh my God. Oh, so okay. So now let me move forward. I'm gonna take you over to YouTube, to one of of my favorite Christian musicians. I'm trying to get in. Gosh, this is complicated. Not really, but make sure that your computer has access to your microphone and all that stuff. You've given the approvals necessary. So anyway, I'll give you some time. There's the link. I'm just going to move forward a bit, and then I'll come back to you in about 15. But if you want to just set yourself up in the back office and just be patient with me and wait there, that would be cool. Okay, so I'm going to bring you over. There's a few people in here. Okay, so give me 15 minutes and make sure all your settings are right. And maybe it'll be less than 15, so don't worry. Okay, so for those that know what I'm talking about, one of my favorite Christian artists is Matthew West. And I've always been a big proponent of a song called Forgiveness. And he actually, my wife and I have one of his CDs, and one of the songs is called Forgiveness. And it's a real tough situation where a young drunk driver, I believe it is, I got to watch it over again myself, a drunk driver kills I don't know if she something, and so this woman, it just is in a tough situation, and everyone understands how that mother must feel, or if they've never been in their shoes to fully understand, at least most of us have empathy and and understand. We can imagine how horrific that would be. Okay, what's going on? Double Lisa Marie. Okay, how horrific that situation would be. So the reason I like this song is for this. I'm about to tell you. I know the concept of forgiveness in these difficult situations opposes the very carnal nature of humanity. We get this. We're not unaware of this. People talk to you like, "Oh, well, you're unaware. You don't know." Like, of course. We're all human. Give me a break. We can't, I know the concept of forgiveness in these tough situations. It opposes the carnal nature of humanity. We seem to be such a hateful, judgmental, and condemning creature, and things like forgiveness in these tough situations and reconciliation seem to be such a foreign thought in the consciousness of our own humanity. But I, for one, and as a committee of one, I've always believed in the power of forgiveness. Is it easy? In some situations, it's impossible. I've always publicly endorsed and promoted the idea of forgiveness and peaceful reconciliation. I've never hid this from anyone. I've always shown you that I'm a not perfect Christian that believes in forgiveness. I've always shown Christian videos. I've always revealed scripture to you. I've always looked to it as a source of strength and a source of wisdom, and I've pointed them to you for it to be the same for you. I don't speak to you or preach to you as someone that has arrived. We've all fallen short of the glory of God. We've all sinned. We're all in need of redemption. So when you put this in perspective, it comes down to, that prayer that we've all heard of. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who've trespassed against us. Forgiveness in Matthew West's song says, it always goes to those that don't deserve. It's the opposite of how you feel. When the pain they've caused is just too real, takes everything you have to say the word forgiveness. Even when the jury and the judge say you have a right to hold a grudge. These are lines from the lyrics of Matthew West's song, Forgiveness. There is no end to what its power can do, so let it go and be amazed by what you see through the eyes of grace. The prisoner that it really frees is you. Forgiveness. So, yes, even in the most extreme cases of injustice, especially in the cases of extreme injustice, if you're in a constant state of unforgiveness to the most horrific things that have ever happened to you, you're going to be the prisoner. You're going to be the one that's in pain. You're going to be tormented. So when I say people need to forgive and reconcile, it's not for the person that did the horrific things necessarily, but I have begged people that I love. It's for you. It's for you. You need to let it go. You need to let it go. Yeah, it's impossible. It's impossible. Ask God to forgive. Because I think obviously I can't show it because it would be copyright infringement, but let me take you over to where his videos are. And if you want to see, he does even a little video on the backstory, what the story was based on. And I think it would be really, I encourage people to watch it after the show, or, you know, crash out of my show now and watch it. Doesn't bother me. The message is very real, and I think a lot of people could benefit from it. So here it is over here. So yeah, so over here. So here it is. You know, just type in forgiveness, Matthew West, story behind the song. So there's a couple different videos. He does a live performance, story behind the song, forgiveness. He does a little video talking about the inspiration of it. And there, this one I recommend, Forgiveness, Matthew West, 5 years ago. This 9 minute and 30 seconds. And this live one, this 8:41, that's a good one. Just go through those and just open up your heart, open up your mind and your heart, and listen to these stories and listen to the message. And yeah, I believe in forgiveness in an ailing society, in a sick society that needs to heal. And people are not going to heal if everyone's holding on to a grudge. I know it's easier, eye for an eye, you know, the Old Testament. Well, everyone's going to be blind, you know. So just open up your heart, look at some of the videos, listen to the song, even if it's not your style of music or you're not a Christian. Just give the song a chance. Give the message a chance. Okay, let me see if I can get Lisa Marie on. Yes, it's for our own souls. Yes, absolutely. Amen. Yeah, thank you guys. Yes, it's for our own soul. Yeah. Yeah, revenge, animosity. Revenge is the Lord's. Animosity, this kind of hate, you know, inciting this kind of hate and mob mentality is just no good. Okay, stream on another window. I just want to test if someone else can get on here. Is there anyone like Frank? Do you just want to say hello? Just do a test? Yeah, Shannon, can you come on, say hello to us? Tell us what you did on the 4th of July, how you celebrated it at your weekend house, and make us all jealous that you're sitting by a lake. Okay, I'm going to give you the link here. I just want to see if this is even working. Okay. Yeah, I removed you. I just want to, yeah, I removed you because I didn't kick you out. Like you kicked me out. Like not you, but like whatever happened kicked me out, right? So let me just do a test with like Shannon here for a minute, and then we'll give it a try. I mean, we're only at an hour. I mean, sometimes I do lives for 3 hours, and you know, reasonably so. This show has been without too much trouble, comparatively speaking. So I'm willing to give it a go. So Shannon, jump on the link, and let's see if someone else can even get on. See if there's a problem. If it's just Lisa Marie, or if it's this actual live, or my StreamYard, or my connection, or something like that. We're playing nice. No, no, we're not trying to do it. We're trying. No, no one's being mean to anyone. I mean, I know that someone was trying to be mean tonight, but I kind of think that's funny. I'm a little surprised when I found out who it was. I'm a little surprised. I thought he was a little bit, nobler, but I guess he's so mad that all nobility is out the window. So that's a shame. That's a shame. But I guess I understand it. The world's going crazy. They've lost all forms of civility, and I guess they throw out intelligence and freedom of speech and hearing person's perspective out, no matter how difficult another person's perspective may be perceived by someone else. The civility of having a friendly debate or conversation where both parties could glean from each other and learn from each other seems to be an art form that's long gone. I mean, that's why everyone gets fake news, in my opinion. It's so like one side or the other, and no one's listening to each other. I mean, I guess we as a whole deserve that kind of media that doesn't really get to the truth, because I don't think we really want the truth. We don't want to listen to another perspective. We just want our agendas and our perspective to go. I can in a bit, but I'm in the middle of a board game. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's try Lisa Marie again. Here we go. Okay. This is Greg Harrison of The Greg Who Show. We're live with Lisa Marie. How's it going tonight?
Please tell me you can hear me.
I can. There doesn't seem to be a delay.
You could actually hear me.
I can actually hear you with no delay. So, Lisa, how did we meet? You're from California, LA. How did we meet? Tell me about the riots. Is it just the media, or is it crazy in LA? Are you ducking fires right now?
Well, the media has a big responsibility of why people are kind of lashing out how they are. So I was ducking away from everything going on over here, but the media has a lot to do with it. It's making everybody anxious, stressed, paranoid, you name it.
Yeah, we see a lot of that going around. Yeah, for sure. You think it's the media too?
I do. And I mean, I can easily say that I try to avoid like looking at the news, looking at any sort of news that has to do with what's going on, because I'd rather not put my mind wrapped around that.
I know it's pretty negative. Absolutely. Like, we have to stay informed, and we have to remain sort of balanced and know that the news is biased, or it depends on which side we're looking at. Unfortunately, both sides are doing wrong things as far as having any sort of integrity, journalistic integrity, and telling the truth, or just doing a commentary or an editorial from your perspective. I don't think either side is doing a good job, and I think that the media is sensationalizing things than it is, while feeding into making it worse. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I try to definitely stay informed some, because we definitely gotta keep informed, especially if we're going out there and being out in public. But yeah, it's exactly like you said. It's just the media is kind of putting it their own way, a lot of negativity, but a lot, unfortunately, at least to me, I haven't seen the media post very much positive. Like it'll post how many people, have the coronavirus or how many deaths there's been, but it won't show or even share like how many people have survived. It just
Yeah,
focuses
yeah.
on everything
Yeah.
else.
So how are you? Yeah, no, very good point. You're kind of cutting out in and out, but I'm not gonna say too much, because I think people in chat can still hear you. Maybe I'm having some difficulty, but I'm still gonna go ahead. So yeah, but what are you doing to sort of stay sort of sane during this COVID time? Like, what phase are you guys in? Describe what California's like. What phase are you in of integrating back into society? What are you guys doing? Do you have bubbles? Are you just immediate family? Describe where you guys are in California.
Um, well, because of like, I mean, a lot of people say it wasn't, but it seems that the news says it was. Like a lot of the protests and everything that were going on, and then um, the news and everything was saying that there was going to be a huge spike around the 4th of July for the holidays, which is kind of, people prove the point down here because people were out, doing their 4th of July thing, and none of them were social distancing, none of them were wearing masks. So because of that, down here they were trying to open more businesses and everything else, but they just basically are going back to eventually closing them down again.
Yeah, you're cutting out. I guess the businesses are going back to normal. You're cutting out a bit. Guys, can you let me know if she's cutting out, or is it just me that I'm not hearing her? So businesses are going back, and what are you doing to kind of not go crazy? Are you who do you live with? You're happily married now, right?
Yeah, I am definitely happily married. I live with my husband and my stepson. But me, I'm just, you know, trying to keep on what keep me focused. My writing. My writing keeps me busy. My writing keeps me focused. Just staying busy, focus on that, and a lot of prayer, a lot of journaling. That's been my
Wow. Well, yeah,
routine
I was
now.
gonna say, what kind of writing do you do?
I do. I mean, I just do journaling, but I do a lot of poetry.
Oh, really? And have you done any recently, or is it all old stuff? Could you read any for us?
I could read one. I'm just not sure if I'll be like cutting in and out, but I can definitely read one for you if you like.
Okay. Yeah, just give me 1 second. Dishwater Blonde is saying, Greg, do you have a window open by accident? What window are you talking about? Like I do have. Okay, I'll get rid of any unnecessary stuff. Okay, I will definitely. Okay, I can get rid of my live because I don't need that. I showed you guys Matthew West. I'll take down my. Okay, so I just have two. Um, two YouTube things open for like I have actually I never seen before. Well, on my lives, you guys have never seen this before. So if you've watched episode 3 of the Greg Who Show from 2006, I'm going to play you guys Roshana tonight with her song called Steady featuring Promise, who was a prominent rapper in the Christian community. Well, at least back then. I got to catch up with him. You like him, Lisa Marie, right? You liked his rapping? Promise? Do you
Yeah,
remember him?
yeah,
That
yeah,
song Outside.
yeah, for sure. He was really good.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can try and catch. I'm gonna see if I can catch up with him, see if he's still doing music, and if he is, definitely go into his studio or wherever he's performing and get some footage for you guys. I would love to see him again. It has been a long time. But I know a lot of, I know that once I get this going, I'll probably meet more and more Christian artists that will want to be featured in either or my lives or an actually produced high quality, high production value episode that I will be doing in the near future. So you both sound good to me. Okay, so it looks like we're good. I may be closing a few windows. That's something I learned. If I have too many windows open, maybe prevent my guest from being heard clearly or the connection. So thank you very much. Not a house window yet. Haha. Okay, so you do have a recent
Yeah,
poetry.
yeah.
Lisa?
I'm here.
Oh, do you have recent poetry that you would be willing to read to us?
Yeah, I can read one. I have.
Does anyone want to hear Lisa Marie's poetry?
Still delay, right?
Oh, is there a delay? I don't have my, yeah, do you have do you have the YouTube on? You need to
I don't.
mute your YouTube. But no,
I don't.
I didn't think we had
I don't think I
a
do because I mean it was clear before, and then
agreement.
now all of a sudden it's doing it. I'm not
Sound
sure.
clear to everyone. Having trouble connecting. This is often caused by an unstable internet connection on your phone or laptop. If you're, because my Wi-Fi is fine.
Yeah.
Check that. My
I'm.
connection's strong.
Well, I'm on my phone.
You're on your phone? Okay, that
Yeah.
might be it. It might be better if you're doing a StreamYard with me in the future. It might be better to do it. Do you have I know not everyone has a laptop. Do you have a laptop?
No, not right now. No. I did,
Oh,
but not
okay.
anymore.
Okay, well, this will have to do, but that might be it. Maybe the signal's not strong enough because that bubble popped up. But okay, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Lisa Marie and her eloquent poetry.
All right. This one I wrote. It's called I Am. So here we go. I am strong. I am sane. I am loved by His praise. I am true. I have faith. I am one who displays His lasting love that stays the same. The one, He who showed me a better way to look at life, to strive and fight, to succeed and win and never give in. To evil trials that come for miles, to test my strength with life's own case. I am His creation with adoration. I carry His strength to spread His ways. I am His love He truly made, only He who can judge my ways. I'll always surrender to His praise to show His Spirit works miraculous ways. And there you go.
I don't want to interrupt because I'm not sure if it's the ending.
No, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Hopefully
that's
everybody
that's
can listen.
beautiful. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, there's some people commenting they wanted to hear your poetry. What did you guys think of that? I thought it was awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I know it's hard to share poetry because it's so deep and personal. And but thank you. Thank you. How did you come to become a Christian? How old were you and how did it happen? Because people, especially in today's world, they think it's really radical or people are like brainwashed. And I know that people have some really good testimonies, and I'll give you all the time if you want to share some of your testimony. All of you can take as long or short, or you can say I'm not ready to tell my testimony. I would never want to pressure you, but I'd be interested, and I know some people in here would actually be interested in hearing that as well.
Yeah, no problem. I let's see. So I was about
Did
22.
I lose her?
I'm here. Can you hear me? Greg, can everybody else hear me?
Yeah, no, go ahead. You're right. There is a delay, so just go ahead. Go ahead and tell it.
Okay.
You started off great. Keep going.
Okay. So I was 22
I think
years
so.
old, and yeah, it was after my mom had passed away, actually. And a good friend of the family, which is Lucy's mom, my friend Lucy that's in the chat, her mom kind of caught me in a moment where I wasn't, in the best state of mind after my mom's loss, and forcefully, literally forcefully, had to take me to church. Um, to kind of, I guess you could say, save me. So she took me. It was around Christmas time because my mom passed away a little bit before Thanksgiving. So the holidays for me weren't something I was looking forward to. So Lucy's mom took me to a Christmas play that they were having at a church that we would attend. And from there on, it was just like I felt like I was home, which is probably one of the best things that could have ever happened to me from the path that I was already on. So her mom is like my second mom. So it was a pretty big blessing for me.
Now, when you say that's awesome. Now, you say you really felt at home at the church, but did you have sort of like a personal experience where you experienced the presence of God, or heard God's voice, or had a supernatural experience, or that something miraculous happened that that there's a God, rather than just you felt at home at a church and this is what they've taught you? There is no right answer, by the way.
No, yeah. I mean, that was a big part of it, just in a way because of where I was headed, like the path that I was headed down. I remember it was literally the day before my mom's funeral. And I remember I was probably in the worst, and I mean, I don't mean to say it this way, but I was probably in the worst place. And I remember I actually attempted to just walk out in the middle of the street, and
Oh no, yeah.
somebody pulled me out of traffic and told me, like, don't do it, don't do it. And I just sat there, and I could have, like, I swear to you that I just felt like I heard God tell me, like, no, this is not your way that you're leaving. This is not your time. I know you lost your mom, but you've got things to do. You've got things to do.
Wow. Now, was this a real person that grabbed you?
Yeah, it was a real person. It was.
So it
Yeah,
wasn't
it was a
you're
real
not
person.
telling me that you had some sort of experience with an angel or something like that.
No. It was a real person that grabbed me.
It was a real person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's pretty good. And has your church, what kind of church is it? Is there a particular denomination that
It's a Christian church. Yeah, there's no
like
particular.
Pentecostal, evangelical, Baptist, nothing, just Christian?
Yeah, just Christian.
Just Christian. I don't even know what that means, but okay. Yeah, I think it's a non-denominational church that is very accepting of different denominational backgrounds. And or do you guys have you guys ever had revival or speaking in tongues?
We haven't, but there's just like they baptize people. They've baptized people. They've allowed people to come and speak like their own experiences that they've had, but no, at least where I go, no, they haven't done that as of yet, anyways.
Okay.
But no.
Okay. I'm just trying to get a sense of what kind of church it is. So no revival, no speaking in tongues, no Holy Spirit stuff, just sort of mainstream Christianity.
Yeah, because right now the pastor that actually speaks at our church, he is a recovering addict himself, and he said he gave his life to the Lord at 17 years old.
Oh wow.
So yeah, and he's
Oh
just very
wow.
welcoming and very accepting, from people that I'm talking people like that are in gangs, people that have had different type of situations. He's just very welcoming.
Oh, so he sounds like a really like an it's an outreach kind of church, missionary outreach church, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh wow. Wow. And did you say you've mentioned recovering addict? Did you have any struggles with that, or was that the road you may have gone down if you didn't turn it around?
That was the road I've I've struggled with that off and on since I was a teenager, believe it or not. And it's because of what I grew up seeing and what I had to see. Um, my mom, she
Wow.
eventually had issues with being an addict, and then I started developing an addiction, I should say. I started developing an addiction before I even realized what it actually was, and I think my mom caught on to it before I realized it. And then
Oh wow.
over the years, it got worse, and it kind of got worse after my mom passed. But then, when Lucy's mom actually, after that whole thing where actually, they pulled me out of traffic, literally God sent me Lucy's mom, and then that's where I was saved. So that's where my addiction was kind of, it's still a struggle, but that's definitely where I had to get things in order and realize that that's obviously not the way to go.
Did you get some words like I've heard many people describe their salvation or coming from addiction as getting a type of deliverance? Did you have a deliverance, or was it um, like just like, okay, I've got to get my priorities and I've got to stop this, and sort of a discipline thing, or was it something more spiritual? Again, there's no right
Um,
or wrong answer. I'm just curious.
it
Or a
was
bit of
actually
both.
really,
It could be both
yeah,
too.
yeah, it was actually a bit of both. Being that I knew and I was recognizing my habits and what I was like and how I was changing, and where it was taking me. So spiritually, after being saved, it was a big help with a lot of prayer, a lot of forcing myself to kick that habit, a lot of staying focused and away from that is what kept me away from it. And don't get me wrong, it's a constant struggle that everybody has, but it's
Absolutely.
definitely it's definitely easier to manage right now because of my faith.
Because of what?
Because of my faith, because of being a Christian, and because of
Yeah.
staying
So
focused on
you
God. That's what keeps me good.
right. Wow. Good. Good. Nice. Nice. And what are you? Okay. So that's great. So what are you doing now? Like, what are you doing now? Like, do you see yourself eventually having sort of a ministry, or doing something with your writing, or writing a book? Whether and I ask this like it. I mean, some people just write a secular book and that's fine. I'm not saying it has to be Christian. I'm just saying, are you doing anything with your talents, and now that you've got your life on track, what are your joys, your passions, things, ambitions that you're chasing?
I mean, with everything that I've been through, I would like to have, that would be a nice goal to have a ministry, to have, because I made, after everything that I went through and after being saved, I guess you can say I made God a promise that I would stick to where I'm at, and that He can use me in ways to minister to other people. So I mean, I would love that if I get that chance.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably some of the reason, exactly what you're saying is some of the reason why I'm actually resurrecting this show and going to put some effort into it. Because, I mean, you can struggle as a Christian in a lot of ways, obviously, but like you can also even get to a place where, like, you know what, people suck. I don't care. Let them all rot in hell.
Oh yeah, no,
Just being
everybody's human.
honest, folks. Yeah, everyone's had their moments like that, but I keep going back to some of the original, knowing what God's done for me and how real he revealed himself to me, and just the promises that I made to him in my most grateful time of like, yeah, exactly what you're describing as well. And that's essentially why I'm going to do it, and get back into it. And I can sense sort of a direction. So do you get that too? Do you sense a particular direction or a door that you should go through at this particular time, or are you still sort of waiting on things, feeling it out?
I'm always doing like a lot of praying. So right now I'm kind of waiting it out, but like anything is just, I'm always constantly asking God, like, okay, put me where you want me to be. Put me where you want. I know everything happens for a reason. We're all human. We get that thing of like, the heck with everybody, or we have those reactions. But I know in my mind, each day that you get to wake up is a chance to be better than you were yesterday. But I'm just more of asking like, okay, God, I'm getting a feel for it. Put me where you want to be. Put me where I need to be. I'm in no rush because truthfully, God's in control.
God's definitely on the throne. I keep telling people that. They don't believe me. even with this COVID thing, I'm like, God's on the throne. Don't worry about it, And that's
He
not to
is.
undermine that's not to undermine the horrific things that are happening. People think that, I mean, think about it, folks. If people are saying, "Oh, you need to get right with the Lord, or you need to get saved," I mean, that's an eternal promise. You're entering into eternity, right? So,
Oh yeah.
just because people have died during COVID, and I don't undermine that. It's awful. Maybe people did die young, but many of them entered into eternity with God. And yes, I believe they're in, a lot of these people are in a much better place. And so death is not the end for me, and for people like Lisa. Death is not the end. What was it? The life's a joke and death is the ultimate punchline, but it doesn't end there.
Yeah, definitely not.
How do you know that? Just what you believe, or?
Well, obviously, yeah, what I believe, but I've had enough experiences to show me that life is not the end. Yeah, this is just something that's temporary. I've had enough experiences,
Yeah, and you can't. Yeah, I mean, you can share. I mean, it's hard sometimes to share those experiences because some of them are like out of this world. I mean, that's why they're miracles or supernatural or whatever. So sometimes it's hard to share those things. But like I've always said, it's so hard because you can't convince people from your experiences. People have to have their own experiences. So the best step, that my advice, if people is actually looking for God, saying, is there really a God? Seek, ask, knock. You've heard these things before. Actually do it, and you will find. God will find a way to reveal himself to you in a very unique way, because you're a very unique person. So you have to be spoken to in a certain way, or God needs to reveal himself in a very specific way for you to believe it, and he will. But your job is to ask, seek, look, search, ask, talk to God, reach out. That's your job, and then the rest will come.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Elliot says death is a transition. Interesting. Yeah. And no, I know that there's not I know that there's going to be people that are not pure Christian on here. Some have some faith, some have different beliefs, and if there's ever a time that people wanted to come on and talk about other beliefs or what they believe, I have no problem with that. But I'd have to, they'd probably have to be my friends on Facebook, or know you, or whatever, or get to know you, or whatever, because not everyone's nice on the internet, as you know. So.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, So dishwater is back. Okay, so what's going on with you today? How's that marriage? How long have you been married now?
It's actually, well, I got married in October of last year.
Oh, nice. Oh, right. Yes, you mentioned that. So you're in
Yeah.
the honeymoon phase. So is it all
Yeah.
lovey-dovey even in COVID? Do you get on each other's nerves in COVID?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what, COVID or not, I think what marriage doesn't have that? What marriage doesn't have that? I'd be lying if I said it doesn't have that. But,
That's right. Yeah.
the making up is pretty good. Talking it out, learning, growing, it's good.
Yeah. And
I mean, how else
what
are
does
we
he
supposed
do?
to learn?
Yeah, I know, eh? Yeah, people like to be self-righteous and sound like they have arrived and know it all. I like people that can kind of say, "Hey, let's talk about this," right?
Yes.
What does your husband do?
He is a supervisor at our local Walmart. So he's a supervisor.
Oh, nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Walmart's pretty popular these days. Did you guys get emptied out when COVID started of like toilet paper and all that kind of madness?
Oh, yeah, we did. So my husband had to play it safe. He literally had to go like on his lunch because it's usually like the rule of only one per person. And he literally had to go on his lunch to go and get like the necessities if we needed anything.
Did you find that people scared in the beginning? Were they like hoarders?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. People were definitely hoarders. And I think it's just because kind of goes back, to the media because what the media was showing everybody. And then, they're thinking, it's almost like they were thinking like the world is literally coming to an end because everybody
Did
was
you ever
knowing.
think that? Did you
I
think
think the
that?
I think the only time I ever thought the world might be coming to an end is when the year 1999 when I was a kid. That's about it.
Oh, okay. Okay, actually, let me run something by. Who was it? Who was it? There's some. I think the girl in here, the woman in here that her father's a pastor. Okay, Aaron Daniels yeah, it's Aaron Daniels, right? Yeah, her father's a pastor. Have
Yeah.
you guys heard this at all? Have you guys heard that it's not necessarily the end is coming or whatever, but have you heard different theories or philosophies or just different Christians? And this did come from it came from a Judeo-Christian perspective. I won't tell you the source, but it was a Christian, sorry, a Jewish Christian person, so a Jewish person that believed that Jesus was the Jewish Messiah, and
Yeah.
he was saying that, and he was hearing it from multiple sources. He says, I have my Gentile friends, and some of my Gentile friends are saying that, you know how in Revelation it says the times of the Gentiles will come to an end.
Yeah.
Are you familiar?
I've
Are you
heard a lot of different like Christians actually mention things like that because basically is like what they feel that it comes down to is like we're in the end of days, because of everything that's going on.
So specifically, my interpretation of that sort of statement would be that now I know it gets specific in Israel and Jerusalem and all that kind of stuff, but it also is kind of meaning like the United States is considered a Gentile nation, right? Canada would be a Gentile nation. Okay, I'll just stick with North America. So
Yeah.
basically, they're saying the days of like the superpowers or the Commonwealth countries like Canada, yours and mine, the days of these Gentiles. There's the house of Judah, there's the house of Israel, would be the Gentiles, right? If anyone's following me. And so these Gentile nations, their days of being the superpower is over. It's just a theory. It's just things that I've heard, and obviously Lisa's heard. Have you heard Have you heard anything like that, Aaron Daniels, and anyone else that kind of knows what we're talking about in Revelation and stuff like that? I don't know if there's anyone else in there, but yeah, Aaron Daniels might be the only one that might know what we're talking about. So you've heard that too, then?
Yeah,
Or is
I've
that a
heard.
different? Is that, did I interpret it differently?
I mean, everybody's. I've met people that view it a little bit differently. Yours, I haven't heard that, but a lot of like Christians I've spoken to, they just believe like, oh my goodness, you know, there's fires, there's earthquakes, there's everything going on. You know, eventually Jesus is gonna come. You know, it's gonna be the end of days, and that's basically what I've heard. Like many people
Oh,
say.
sorry, I'm just typing to Aaron Daniels. I did
Oh,
hear
no
you.
worries.
I'm not ignoring you.
No
Times of
worries.
the Gentiles is coming to, and is that what you think? So there you go, Aaron Daniels. So yeah, so we're not at the end days, but people are kind of suggesting we're on the cusp of the end days.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's enough, like with everything going on with like earthquakes, fires, just little things that, you know, the media shows, the news and everything, it makes you think like it's the start of it. It's the start, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Aaron
Yeah.
Daniels says, "I believe things are being revealed, ugly things on earth." Yeah, and I
Yeah,
mean
exactly.
that is, I mean, you know, I think people have got to admit that they're going to need redemption themselves. Like, I'm just going to say it boldly. Um, is that I don't know. Take care of that, whatever that is. Um, I
Okay.
think I think I think people have got to admit that humanity needs a savior. Humanity needs redemption. We're seeing a lot of ugly stuff, and it's being revealed that, like, I don't know how you can. Yeah, thank you. I don't know how you can um, look at humanity right now. And no, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people sort of, you know, standing up and doing the right thing and trying to do the right thing and trying to say the right thing and trying to hold things together and stuff. But you have to admit a lot of ugliness of humanity is being revealed. And yes, even
Yeah.
that topic of the Epstein things, and our politicians are involved, and this ugliness, like, man is in need of redemption. We've been following rulers that are corrupt
Yeah.
beyond, and we know it. Just because those convictions or indictments haven't happened yet doesn't mean that we all just don't know that we know that we know that we know that we know that these people are absolutely corrupt, you know, whether we're
Oh
talking
yeah, for
about
sure.
Hollywood, politicians, you know, I don't even want to say it, like, in every industry around the world, in every sector, in every institution, you know, it used to be just like things were picked on. Oh, the Vatican, you know, no, it's in everything. It's everywhere. It's humanity. Humanity is being revealed as this really ugly thing. And yeah, I believe there's a lot of good people out there that are trying to do good in life, but even those good people have to admit at the end of the day, we've all fallen short of the glory of God and we're in need of redemption. So
Oh yeah.
even the best of us needs a savior, needs a redemption, you know, and some of them
Yeah.
that don't know that and are misbehaving and don't know that and are claiming otherwise. Yeah, there's no such thing as self-righteousness. Not one of you, not me, not Lisa, not the friggin' Pope, not the no one is
No
self-righteous.
one. No.
So if you're going to get on
No.
a soapbox and give me some self-righteous speech, stop wasting your breath. You know, as things are being revealed in the world, we can see you too. You can see me, I can see you. We're all in trouble. We all need redemption. So save
Yeah.
your soapbox, save your self-righteous speeches, because they don't wash. And trust me, Lisa and I know that the word of God is a double-edged sword. and it'll cut me as I'm using it, wielding it to correct you. It'd cut me too. It's going to cut me up, and it'll cut you up and cut us both down to size. And God's word, you can't, yeah, you can't sit there and go, oh, I read the Bible. No, you didn't. Oh, yes, I did. Well, then you didn't understand it.
It's
You
easy
didn't
for somebody
understand
to
it.
say that. They could say, I read the Bible, I did this, I did that. Automatically, I'm good. But it's like, no, like everybody falls short. Everybody, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But it's definitely good to stick by God, though, because what He gave us everything, and He can take it away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there needs to be a reverence too. I find that like people on their soapboxes or their self-righteous speeches, it's like, I think we all need to walk softly before the Lord right now. I think if you're going to say something, I think you really need to stand in front of your creator of the universe and all of history and just sort of have a more humble approach with your
Yeah.
self-righteous speeches. I think there's going to be a great awakening. I think people are going to wake up, because as ugly things are being revealed, people want answers and they want the truth. And I think there's going to be a great awakening, we came to the New World. The Pilgrims came, and there was many great awakenings in America that I've read about. There was many great revivals that I've read about. There was revivals in Scotland. There was revivals in America. There was awakenings, and I think it's possible that we could have an awakening. When you see when you take a good, honest look at what's going on in the world, I think we're headed towards a great awakening. I really do.
Yeah, honestly, I do too, and especially what better time than right now, because right now it's like it could be kind of like a make or break kind of thing, because right now a lot of the world is really mean, really ugly. So it's like, at least the way I've been looking at it is, what better time to turn to God than right now? People have to stay home. People have to, lay low. What better time, what better thing to do than devote your time to God, to praying, because of everything that's going on right now?
Yeah, I agree. I'm just reading Dishwater Blonde's comments, so I hope you don't mind,
Oh, no, no,
Dishwater
that's fine.
Blonde. I don't know. Sorry, I'm asking Dishwater Blonde if she minds if I read her comment. I mean, I know people want to do that, but there is okay, so Dishwater Blonde, she goes, I've been dealing with internet meanies for 2 weeks. I'm strung like bull. Laugh out loud. Absolutely, absolutely. And what she's referring to is she's very scholarly. She does her research, and she did an interview with me, and she's been paying the price since. And people, they don't like impartiality. They don't like objective interviews, impartial interviews, looking for the truth interviews, giving a voice to an alternate perspective, not necessarily condoning just being objective, being impartial, hearing people out. And Dishwater Blonde, go for it. Dishwater Blonde did an excellent job with me. She kind of co-hosted it, and she had her research done, and she said some really amazing things, and she was really astute in how she presented it. Knew when to kind of shut up, as well as me. I knew when to shut up and get out of her way and stuff. And it actually frightens me that there was the reaction, and people have been it's like you just celebrated the 4th of July, and they just display to us that they have no appreciation for freedom of speech. They have to be bullies. Oh, they're exercising their freedom of speech. We don't like what you're saying, so we're going to bully you. Give me a break.
Yeah.
That's not America. Read about your history, folks. Read about your founding fathers before you tear down their statue, you know? No, obviously the founding fathers were not perfect, and they lived in a time in history that wasn't perfect, and they did the best that they could. No, I'm not justifying whatever behavior you want to point out. No, I'm not saying that. I'm making a general blanket statement that you have to put things in its proper context. And by the way, anarchy is not the answer. So there's that. You know, people, we've got to return to a form of civility and read our history and get off of our soapboxes and self-righteousness and be more humble.
Yeah, exactly.
It's my message today. None of us are perfect. Not me, not Lisa, not you, not that person, not that person you put on a pedestal, not that person you idolize, not that person, not that person,
There's
not
no
that
such
person
thing.
that you laugh at or whatever. No, none of you. None of you. You're all wretches and naked and blind and poor and don't know it. That's what the Bible says, and that's reality. If you really were
Nobody is
honest,
perfect.
just
Nobody
forget
is
that.
perfect.
Bullying and entire social media. Yeah. And it's surprising from the
That's
people that it's coming
ridiculous.
from. It really is surprising. It really is very surprising. But, you know, people were right. People were right. I won't say any more, but people were right. It's scary. It's downright scary, you know. Actually, you
Yeah,
know what?
definitely.
I'm gonna read. I actually prepared. We kind of went the direction that I kind of prepared for, and I actually wrote something here that at this time I'm gonna read it, and then I'm gonna probably play Rashana's song and give everyone a bit of a reset or a refresh, and then I'll come back. And if you want to continue talking with me, Lisa, you're more than welcome to. And if there's anyone else that wants to come on, like Nishi, we're talking about it now. We need to agree to disagree and then move on. Different opinions doesn't need to become hateful
Yeah.
dogs. So yeah, if you want to come on, Dishi, with Lisa Marie, this conversation did go in a nice direction. So let me leave the link. I'm just going to read something that I kind of wrote, and then I'm going to go to play some music and then give you time, Dishi, if you want to come on. Lisa, you're more than welcome to stay on. Would you like to stay on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Lisa, yeah, okay. So I'm not taking up your time here.
No, you're good.
I'm not taking.
I'm just
Okay. I was like,
no, not at all.
That's a delay.
No.
Okay, so there's the StreamYard. If you, oh, we got a delay. I think we got a bit of a delay, but okay. So I'm gonna play. See if you need to. I think you need to mute your YouTube channel. Don't exit it because that you might do something. Just mute it. Mute the volume. I think that's why the delay is happening. Just stay on StreamYards. Go over to YouTube. Mute your YouTube. And that should fix it. Okay, so there's the StreamYard link. If you change your mind, Dishwater Blonde, I have the link there. And okay, so this is Greg Harrison of The Greg Who Show. And of course, I believe in freedom of speech. Canada Day just happened, and the 4th of July just happened for America. Of course, I believe in freedom of speech and believe that people are entitled to their opinions. Be unique. This show will encourage you to be unique. Be yourself. Of course. I believe you have the right to disagree, and that's okay if you do. However, if you are using your freedom of speech to rally up hatred and to incite an angry mob with lies and deceit, that's not something I've ever agreed with or have ever even really condoned. I've always stated we need to look for peaceful solutions and insisted that we should never hate. Anyone who has taken the time to get to know me over the last few years knows this to be true. Look at what's going on in the world around us. More hate is the last thing we need in this world, guys. The mindless sniping back and forth to inflict maximum amount of personal casualty as possible is not a precedent that we should be establishing for our children to see or to follow. I don't feel it assists in anyone at this time, and it especially doesn't assist those that are truly seeking justice in this particular moment. The only thing it serves is your own self-righteous and whatever personal self-righteousness and whatever personal agenda you may have. In fact, my advice to anyone who truly is seeking justice at this time would be to sever all ties and affiliations with those that are hell-bent on invoking this type of hatred driven by a spirit of animosity and vengeance. You need to separate yourselves and consecrate yourselves on your own personal quest for justice in your life at this time. Our world needs change. We need to change. Our world needs to become a better place, a safer place, a more loving, kind place. So let us set aside these things that so easily beset us. Let all your bitterness and wrath and your anger and your clamor and evil speaking be put away with you with all your ugly malice. I think we need to remember that we should be patient and kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God has forgiven you. Or when you ask God, he will forgive you, because God is faithful and just to forgive us all of our sins. So, Dishware Welk, go for it. Okay, so I'm going to play a song, and Dishy, if you want to come on, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to play a song in the meantime while everyone takes a bit of a break, breather. People are still listening, and
We're plugging along here, chugging like an old choo-choo train and taking it on the next track. me back my gun. Give me back my gun. Without further ado, please give it up for Rashana and her song, Steady.
You're like a blue sky, you're like the sunshine, like the summertime when you're on my mind. And I know this feeling that I have, it can only come from you. You're everything, I know that's true. Anytime I fall down, I call upon you to get me back up again. I still believe that you are the one who's looking out for me. And I feel your love, 'cause you sent it to me from up high above. Anytime I feel the pain, you take it all away, and then you bring the joy into my life, and I can feel your strength within. Because you are the one who would never do me wrong. With you through the storm, I'm steady, steady. Now as I look back, some memories haunt me, but I know that they won't last, 'cause you're with me. I'm never lonely. You help me deal with the past. And even though some people ask me, why do I believe? Oh, I tell them that I'm thankful, 'cause you give me everything. I still believe that you are the one who's looking out for me. And I feel your love, 'cause you sent it to me from up high above. Anytime I feel the pain, you take it all away, and you bring the joy, you bring the joy to my life. Yeah, you are the one who would never do me wrong. With you through the storm, I'm steady, steady.
You know me, doing my own thing, freelancing. I wasn't ready, now I'm steady, got my feet planted. Each chance that I get, I pray and he answered. Sent a blessing, though I never left a message. I get depressed with stress and say forget God. I was all silent, I never saw his missed calls. Forever thought that this God was unfaithful, but I need God to lean on, I'm unstable.
And then you bring my Lord, because you are the one who would never do me wrong. With you through the storm, I'm steady, steady. Anytime I feel the pain, you take it all away, and then yeah, yeah. 'Cause you are the one who would never do me wrong. With you through the storm, I'm steady, steady. Oh, I'm steady. Oh, thank you.
And we can get your CD at HMV.
That's
Is
correct.
that correct?
That's
Okay. So basically, when we fall down, and we do, because none of us are perfect, God is there to pick us up. So these self-righteous speeches built upon the false pretense of someone who believes in their infallible nature is a complete farce. So I kick the soapbox from beneath your feet. No one is infallible. We are all fallible and in need of redemption. So perhaps a little bit more humility would be a little bit more becoming at this time. This isn't my opinion. It's simply a universal truth that is obvious to anyone who considers themselves intelligent. We have all fallen short of the glory of God. We have all sinned and are in need of redemption. So, of course, I believe in forgiveness, redemption, reconciliation, and rehabilitation in an ailing, sick society. To me, this is just a foregone conclusion or an inevitable revelation for anyone seeking justice and truth. This is GregHarrison of The Greg Who Show. Dishwater Blonde, how are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. We're plugging along like an old choo-choo train here.
That's us. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Desiree. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good.
I think we got rid of your delay finally, Lisa.
See, I didn't do anything because it was working earlier, and I didn't want to touch anything because I was gonna mess up.
Okay. It's working now. That's good. Okay, so what are your thoughts? You want to share some of your thoughts, Dishwater Blonde?
Oh, where do I start? It's good to be back. You know, I took, God, I've been off the internet for like a week or something. I don't know. Things got really ugly, and there was no need to. So, you know, I'm the type that I speak my mind, and I always say, well, let's agree to disagree and stay friends. We're all entitled to our own opinions, but obviously that could not be with some folks. So I shut things down, and that still didn't even protect me. But yeah, the world's ugly today, you know, and
Yeah.
every time you turn the TV on and there's something really nasty and gross, and even I remember when the protests were going on, there were some images there that really bothered me, and you know, and then my social media accounts have always been to have fun and discuss public figures and their stupid behaviors and things like that. And it's very hurtful when that is people try to take that from you, or they try to turn it ugly. But yeah, I'm here. I'm back. So
Yeah, and it's both. I mean, without being specific, it's shocking because it's both sides. You know, it really it revealed itself, right?
yes, and I had to shut down certain social media accounts, and I won't say which one it was, but one of them, someone attempted to hack 3 times, and they were real dumb going about it because, of course, you know, some aspects of their identity are revealed, and so that's been reported, and has
Oh, wow.
yeah, I've dealt with some real nastiness in this
Yeah,
past
please.
week.
I hope to actually keep this up. I will delete it if I have to, but I hope to keep this one up. So if you could be like descriptive, but without getting us in trouble, you know, describe what you say, what you want, but like do it in a way that we won't get in trouble is what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, well, of course, there was the usual altered narratives of what was really said behind the scenes privately.
Mm-hmm.
People twisted my words and they relate them to other certain people.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I kind of had a feeling that was going to come around because I had been witnessing it already with certain people. But then to get emails from a social media platform saying, "Is this you?" Because it's not the state that your registration, you know, for the site is from.
Yeah.
And it was a U.S. state. I will say that, so that will alleviate some people. And it's a bad feeling to have that happen.
Yeah.
And considering this is all just because I went on your show that one day to discuss an important topic, you know, the guest has a right to speak, and it's about damn time that he does speak. 8 years in silence is too long. And
You just celebrated the 4th of July. What does that mean to you?
the 4th of July is independence. I decided, I was going to get back on my account tomorrow, but I heard that your show was coming on and stuff, so I thought I would pop up for this. But I've been
You know
completely
what?
silent.
You know what I find shameful is that people in the modern world, it's supposed to be at a time where we're most enlightened, at a time where technology and communication is rampant and free. We're finally free. The forefathers, all of them, good, bad, or indifferent, whatever your opinion is, we're here, we've arrived. Social justice is very easy. But you know what I find shameful is people trying to step on other people's civil rights, including freedom of speech,
Yes.
to gain their own, or for their own agenda, or to have victory. Victory is when everyone has a voice. Victory is when we agree to disagree, like you say, or victory is when we're all civil and we learn something from each other, from a civil discourse, and we share ideas and we grow from sharing. I find it shameful that no adults can come to the table and discuss mature subject matter and discuss difficult subject matter. That's what I find shameful, and I find
agree.
it shameful because the people that want justice to happen, they should be a part of this conversation. But I find it shameful that they're too immature and too barbaric, and it's just disgusting. And you shouldn't be like the rest of the world or what we see on TV. You should rise above that and be a big person and come to the big round table and consider everyone equal and start having civilized conversations where we can learn from each other and grow from each other, knowing that no one person has the answer, that no one perfect person is perfect, but to be civil and respectful for the people that each of us are, coming from different backgrounds, races, colors, creeds, different traumas, different experiences, different traumas in our lives. We've all gone through difficult things, and you guys want to sit there and judge? I find it shameful and disgusting, and I'm disappointed in a lot of you. Sorry, there's my little soapbox.
I totally agree. The thing that
Yeah, definitely.
really shocks me and sickens me is like what just happened earlier on your show with someone holding a cell phone up in front of the camera of pornography. And they probably did that to try to get your show
It's a good
taken
thing I wasn't
down.
around for that. Thank goodness.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
gross. It's gross. They didn't do it just once, they did it twice. And why not just walk away? If they think we are so bad and they disagree with us so much, then why can't they just be adults and walk away? We could have a difference of opinions. Why do they have to harass us? Why do they try to have to hack accounts?
I thought you guys weren't like that. You said that you weren't. You said that you weren't to the blue team over here, and the red team was supposed to be better, or the blue team was supposed to be better than the red team. I don't see it. I don't see it anymore. I don't
Yeah.
see it. And you've exposed yourselves.
You know what led to my downfall is because I stood up for someone that I don't even know and have never Twittered with or anything with, but I saw that there was some really hardcore doxing that was going to hit someone and on the opposing team, so to speak. And I stood up for that person within a chat, and that got me kicked out. And then I started getting the harassment coming my way. And people need to remember that we have our personas on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, to do this little aspect of whatever we do, and my Dishwater Blonde is for me talking about dark Hollywood and the things that interest me and sharing my research with people. And I have always shared my research with everyone. And I have never hid anything from anybody from the get-go. From the very first time I was on a live chat, I told them, who I talked to and things like that they might think would be a problem. They were fine with it, and I kept chugging along with my research and sharing it and everything. And the one thing I cannot stand is when someone on social media researches or hacks into something or whatever to try to find the true identity of a person, and then they take that identity and then they try to find where they live, and they take photos of their home and they put it online, they put their phone numbers online, they put their addresses online, they find if they have arrest records, they find if they have mug shots they put online. All for what? What is that supposed to accomplish? To get their little group to then follow in line and like and retweet and just make that first person more uncomfortable? What is this supposed to accomplish? And I have
Exactly.
never had an issue like this ever. I have been online for years and years and years. I have written articles and had articles published in different states and different countries on different topics. And I have never dealt with this kind of crap in my life like this. And it's like, I'm thinking of writing a book about it, because this is just, it's from a sociological perspective, it's unreal. These people that hide behind their PCs and their phones in these chat rooms or whatever, and they act like they are holier than thou. They present
That's
themselves
right.
as friends. They reel you in. They're like,
Yep.
oh yeah, da-da-da-da-da. Let me have your research. That helps me. Come on my show. That helps me. That makes me look good. And then one little thing, they start getting jealous, whether it's because of a difference of opinions or friendships that go back decades off of the internet with certain people.
It sounds like a cult. If you don't agree with them or you have a different opinion or a different perspective to add, you're out. You're out. Sorry.
It is a cult. And
It
without
is a
naming
cult.
names.
It is a cult. Yeah. Yeah. Don't. Please don't.
No, I won't.
Yeah,
I won't.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. It's a
it
cult.
is.
It's a cult. It's a cult.
It's
Yeah.
It's a struggle for power on the internet.
That's right. That's right. For
Yeah.
what? An agenda. What's your agenda? Notoriety? Notoriety? Is that it?
And at this point, for justice, and I'm using air quotes, that people seem to think need to be levied against a certain celebrity, non-celebrity, that's going to have to come from the court system, the legal system. That's not going to happen from anybody on the internet.
That's correct. Yeah. Well, no, there is people that no. Let's clarify that there is people that were eyewitnesses that can go to the authorities, but they don't need promotion on YouTube. They need to go to the authorities and round up those witnesses. There are people out there that are doing good work, and they're doing it the proper legal channel, and I would encourage them to separate themselves from the everything you're describing. I don't know, what do you describe it? Drama and stupidity and self-righteousness and doing it for notoriety and hidden agendas and mommy issues or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, it took a dark turn. Yeah, and I'm not quite sure why. It's a little disturbing, I mean, I can see jumping on internet, once or twice a day or whatever, to check up on things or do a show like this or something. But God, to make it your whole life.
Yeah, it was a little much. Yeah.
Yeah. Erin Daniels has a comment there. I don't know if you want to read it.
I think. Sorry, I said she. I said she could actually. She could jump on, but okay, she doesn't. Okay, so I'll do what. Okay, I'll do this then. Sorry, I'm blocking you, Dishy. I think all cheeks need to be turned, hands need to be washed, people need to walk away from, and if there's any unfinished apologies that need to be addressed, then do so. Clear up your own slanders. Yes, that would be nice. Defamations, and stop talking, because now it's gossip and rumors. Yeah, and it actually has no credibility. I think maybe people thought they got from a wrong source and they were like, aha, and then we went to the original. I'm like, did you say that? I think you're talking about, did you say that? Absolutely not. So I got it confirmed, and it's just like, you just ruined your credibility, and yeah, I totally agree. And it's just like, Like stop jumping so fast. Slow down. Slow down. You have to have real evidence. You have to know the source that it's coming from. You have to cross reference and cross check those sources. If you're going to write a thesis or a dissertation of some kind, you've got to reference your source material so that the reader can judge for themselves. I mean, Dishy understands this because she's a bit of a researcher. The drama, the mindless, didn't think it through, did you? You've got to be better researched than that. These are serious issues. This is a serious topic. Those are serious allegations. Like for example, the allegation of that's very serious. You need to be dealing with the authorities for that. And it's not a YouTube show, right? It's just not, and you're right. It has to be done through the proper legal channels, not a bunch of people on YouTube. It has to be done properly.
People that don't have lives.
Yeah, that's right, Lisa. Yeah. So how does that work if you have a person who's claiming to be all for protecting women and everything like that, and yet they're gonna put a naked woman on the
and this
phone?
was supposed to, and I don't want to criticize. Like, this was supposed to be a religious person. That, I mean, obviously, no one's perfect or whatever, but to deliberately use pornography on someone's video that's just trying to have a normal conversation, or a passionate conversation or an important conversation, to do that is not righteous. That's not a righteous act. Jumping on and promising that you're going to be civil, so that we could have a civil discussion, and you could tell me, okay, you disagree with that, that's fine. I disagree with your approach, you disagree with my approach. Is there any concessions going to be made here, or did we learn anything, or did I listen to you and go, you know what, I didn't consider that, you're right. These are mature conversations that could have been had, but instead we're dealing with very unrighteous, unholy, and not very noble and childish behavior, and going against the very thing that we're all trying to fight. I don't know what the picture was, so I wouldn't know how to comment that way, but I don't know if it was female, male,
It
like
was
whatever.
female, top and bottom.
Yeah. So there you go. Everyone is now up in arms about not exploiting women in any way, shape, or form anymore. So that can't be tolerated at all. At all. It's those days are over.
Yeah.
It's time to put away childish things. We have to make the world a better place for our children.
If any of my haters are listening, I just want to tell them, just leave me alone, because I'm leaving the Corey Feldman circle. I'm going off back into my own research that has nothing to do with Feldman-related topics. So you don't need to feel any threat from me.
Yeah, and I'm just going to do a Christian show, so there's no threat from me.
Yeah. But anytime that something comes through, where if I'm being alerted from a social media platform that there's a hacking, or attempt or whatever, or, a phony account in my name and stuff, well, then that's grounds for reporting it. And I hope that's all over now. I had to do a complete overhaul of all my stuff. It's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
It is.
Did you see? Sorry, Lisa. Did you even see that interview? Oh, yes, you did. You did.
Yeah.
Did you want to make a comment, or no? No comment. Lisa Marie, no comment.
No, sorry. It's just because I saw a comment that Erin left, and it's really good, because she says feelings are hurt and raw, and you all feel that others need to apologize. True, but say you're sorry, then take it to God. Just my noise. Well, I love that comment.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. Read it again, slowly and clearly.
She said, feelings are hurt and raw, and you all feel the other needs to apologize. True, but say you're sorry, then take it to God. just my noise.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Definitely true.
And then there's that. I don't know if we should read it. We'll let people just read that silently.
Yeah.
And then I'll let you silently read that one as well. That's a good silent read. So yeah. So what do you think about that? Okay, how about we take one more musical interlude? Do you want to stay on, Dishy? I just want some good things were said there. I like to give a little bit of a musical breather to quench people's souls and restore themselves, and then we can take the conversation, or we can continue the conversation, or we can take the conversation another way. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so take a bit of a smoke 'em if you got 'em, guys.
Okay, well, thank you for being on the show.
Okay. I'm just going to read this one more time because, as Lisa knows, it takes a while to sink in. Have to read it over, have to mull over it, have to meditate on it. It's not so easily understood by the casual reader that claims to understand. I pray that the eyes of your understanding being enlightened, that you may know what is the hope of his calling, and what is the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints, and what is the exceeding greatness of his power to usward who believe, according to the working of his mighty power, which he wrought in Christ when he raised him from the dead, and set him at his own right hand in the heavenly places, far above all principality and power and might and dominion and every name that is named, not only in this world, but also in that which is to come. And it might be coming sooner than we expect. So how's it go, Dad? Oh, so Aaron says, "Oh, Dad sings that song." What song? What song? What song did we just play?
That first one that you
Oh,
played.
Yeah, I
the
love
Over
that
the
song.
Rainbow one.
Yeah,
Over the Rainbow.
I love the way he sounded when he was playing that. So awesome.
Yeah, very good, eh? Very, very good. Yeah, I actually believe that I have his business card, so I might get him to work with me again on some stuff because he's really good. His name is, oh, just in case people don't know, he's like, he calls it, his name is Dave McLaughlin, and it's the Dave McLaughlin Band. I guess he's pretty solo, and he kind of does like special events, weddings, banquets, and more. So maybe if I have him on, he'll sort of give all his website and contact and stuff. But yeah, he's pretty awesome. Of course, he's pretty local, so I knew him in a Toronto church that I went to, so he's from Toronto. So if there's any local listeners, but yeah, I think people are kind of winding down because the numbers is now down to 6. So they're either think the show is done or bored of us, one of the two. Is there anyone that has any final thoughts or final things you want to say or talk about or get off your chest?
No, just to tell everybody to stay safe and healthy.
Yeah, definitely. And that we must all learn to agree to disagree, no matter what.
Yes, exactly.
Be civil. Let's
Yeah.
make the world
And have a hobby
peaceful.
other than Twitter.
Yeah.
Have a hobby that gets
Or
you off the
stalking.
social media.
Yeah, these roasts or the expose or all this stuff is garbage because you find out later, 2 weeks later, that none of it was true, and you're just like, they're just doing it for clicks or popularity or whatever they're doing it for, and you're just like, wow, why even do it? And then you go, oh, okay, I get it. It's a popularity contest or whatever he's doing, right?
Yeah.
Or he or she or whatever.
No,
There's a lot.
Greg, if you plan on putting this video up on YouTube, I would suggest that you cut that section of it out, or of the nudity, or you're gonna get dinged.
Yeah.
Oh, are you serious? Did the nudity show?
Yes, it showed twice, both times that the
I
person tried to come
I
on.
did I
Yeah.
did not see it.
I have
Okay, so yeah.
I have a screenshot of it, and in the screenshot, it also shows who did it.
Well, I kind of recognize the flag, right? Yeah.
But it was a bogus account, so I don't know if it can be reported. It should be reported because it's lewd and gross. But you're gonna have to cut that out because they are probably thinking that you will just turn around and upload this on the YouTube, and then they'll just turn around and copyright strike you or something.
That's
Whatever.
right. That's right. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. The deception continues, the deviousness, the beguiling, the manipulation.
So I followed you on Twitter. So if you need help with the editing or whatever, I can send you a really good link to do that with.
Oh no, I'm cool with it. Yeah, no, I got
awesome.
it.
Sweet.
Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, no problem. It's just simple editing of cutting it out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can handle that. So yeah, I'll make sure that it uploads privately so that it's not exposed.
Oh,
so to speak.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a good thing that I was having trouble.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
to get
maybe,
into the chat.
eh?
Thank goodness.
Oh,
Never a
maybe
dull
we
moment.
maybe we were being hacked in real time.
Yeah. Maybe we found the
Yeah.
hacker.
Do you guys think it was Feldfam?
No.
I'm not.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways.
All right. So Lisa, any final thoughts? Any words of wisdom? Stay safe was your main message.
Well, I think that'd be all of our message. Stay safe. Stay focused on God. Stay out of trouble. And be nice.
Be nice. Yeah. Forgive as God has forgiven you.
Definitely.
And be respectful.
Be respectful. That's a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much for being on my show, guys. And I will definitely edit it before I upload it. Yeah, we're going to love it. We're going to keep it real. And Dishy, you're going to do your own thing from now on. And I'm going to do my own thing. And we agree to disagree and we can part ways.
That's right. I'm always here for you.
All right. Oh, well, I meant, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Well, good night, ladies.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
And may God bless.
God bless you guys. Take care.
plugging along without plugging along. How do you do that? We're plugging along here, chugging like an old choo-choo train and taking it on the next track. How about